Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. So for today I've got a fun one to film. I'm super excited about it. I cannot believe it's already halfway through the year. Can you? Like, what in the world? Where does time flies by? It's crazy. Christmas is in 6 months. Oh my word. Anyways, I've been looking through my collection and I thought it would be super fun to just kind of pick out the top 10 palettes that I think have been the best releases so far this year. There's a new palettes every single day, so many launches, so I just wanted to show you all the palettes that I think are worth it. So let's jump into it with the newest one to my collection, and that is Natasha Denona's Yucca palette. She stepped it up with these shimmers. They are beautiful. She finally gave us some of those sparkly tones in here with also one that doesn't have sparkle. I love this color story. I'm one that typically wears these more swampy, mustard, grungy tones every single day. So this is like my neutral palette in a way. Just a palette that I go to every day and gravitate towards these tones. I'm telling you, if you do not have a palette like this in your collection, definitely try one at some point, because these more, I don't know, swampy tones, the grungy, mustardy yellows, I think that you would like it. I know everyone doesn't love these tones, but I personally love them. Fell in love with them, and there's no going back. And I love the fact that she finally gave us these beautiful sparkly shimmers, but it's not like over the top. Like, you could still wear this to work. It's still everyday friendly. Like, no one's gonna look at you and be like, oh my gosh, you have so many sparkles on your eyes. Like, it's just a flattering sparkle. So I love this one so much. Definitely probably one of my top favorite Natasha Denona palettes in my collection. Next, let's talk about the Arrow palette from Adept Cosmetics. This isn't available anymore, sadly, but for me, this is just, these, once again, sorry to be repetitive, but these more swampy mustard tones with also toned in with these beautiful green blue shades and all of these special shifty shades. They are incredible, sparkly, and I just love the way that they shift and look so pretty on the eye. So definitely, this palette really blew my skirt up, knocked my socks off, whatever you want to say. It's a great palette, and I hope that they are able to come out with it again, bring it back in case someone was, missed out on it. Next, this is from Cosmic Brushes. Excuse me, and this is the Muse palette. This is the only palette that I have from them. I was going to actually buy them all, and I was like, girl, why? No, just because it's a great formula, you don't need all of them. I don't want to start collecting. I just wanted to get the one that really spoke to me, the one that I would reach for the most, and is this one. The quality is so yummy. The shimmers are soft, and some of them are sparkly. Some of them even have a duochrome effect. I love the overall color story. You can get so many different looks with this one palette. The matte formula, it's very easy, beginner friendly, pigmented, all of the things. I love this formula. The quality is amazing, and the price point, I'm like, I don't know how you do it, but keep doing it. And I know that they came out with the Delights one. It's more pastel. I really do hope that they don't always put in the multi-chromes, because that price jumped up. I do like this price point. I like an affordable palette with amazing quality. So I hope that they continue this right here. Love it so much. You'll definitely need to try that brand whenever a palette comes out that has your color story, because the formula blew me away. It is seriously a luxury formula at more of a drugstore price point. Now let's talk about Glamoratrix. Okay, I have fallen in love with this brand. I think their Nearly Natural palette, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that came out last year. Love it, have it, adore it. But I have acquired a few more of their palettes this year, but this is the one that actually launched this year, and this is the Into the Night palette. Guys, I know this color story isn't for everybody, but it's unique to my collection, and I love how many different looks I can get with this one palette. I love the different tones in here. You can go daytime, nighttime. You can get an everyday wearable look. You can be super bright for summer, or super grungy nighttime. I don't know. This, they nailed it with this color story because it's so unique. So even if you get overwhelmed with it, you can just go in with the everyday brown neutral and pop in a fun shimmer if that's how you want to spice it up. I love this formula, and I'm so excited. They added me to their PR list, so hopefully next time they do a launch, I'll get their palette. But this one was purchased myself, and I do have an affiliate code now with Glamoratrix. It's BRITTANYRAE. Mind-blowing. It's just so amazing when you love a brand and they see how much you love them, and they support small creators. So I don't know, it's awesome. I really do appreciate that when a huge brand takes the time to really appreciate small creators. Also, this isn't included. I just wanted to kind of pop these up because I did try the U Beauty palette. This formula, These shimmers, I love it. I like how fun their color stories are. They're not just so repetitive. Like, I don't know, I'm really gravitated towards this brand because of their color stories. Nocturnal. Like, do you see how just rich and different in a way? I love the color stories. What can I say? So, Glamoratrix is a win. Definitely try this brand when they release a color story that suits you, because I think you would really enjoy their formula. Kind of like the Natasha Denona. I feel like this brand, it's very wearable in a way as far as shimmers go. Like, you could wear these to work. They have a very sparkly look, but it's not like a chunky look. It's a very thin, flattering sparkle, if that makes sense. So now let's mix it up and go a little bit mainstream for a second. This is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. I don't know if this one's still available. I know it's limited edition. I'm pretty sure this launched this year. Did it? Now I'm like, oh no, was this last year? I think it was like the very beginning of this year or at the very end last year. Who knows? I really have no idea, but I've been wearing this so much, and I adore. It's a very basic palette, and this is what you get. I'm not recommending this to everybody, but if you're a basic neutral lover, you love the boring brown with a subtle, soft like shimmer. There's just something so good about this palette. Like, you don't have to think about it. It doesn't matter which shades you pair, they're all going to look pretty. So I just had to shout this one out. Let's see. Now I wanted to pop into Simply Posh Cosmetics, the Citrus Punch Palette. How fun is this for summer and spring? I just wanted to shout this one out because I love this formula. They've just nailed it, man. They have an incredible matte formula, and their shimmers are so beautiful and sparkly. They're very like a duochrome. They're not multi-chromes, so that's why I love when brands stick to like what they know and they can keep the price point down, because if there was like a multi-chrome in here, the price point would skyrocket. So I really enjoy how you get special shimmer shades without breaking the bank. So definitely love this one so much. Not my everyday color story by any means, but it's fun, and I don't know, it's something unique to my collection. Definitely very happy that they sent this one my way. Nomad Cosmetics, guys. I freaking love this palette. It's beautiful. I love the texture of the packaging. It's a very soft and luxe feeling. And oh, I didn't even tell you, this is an Okavango Safari palette. Guys, they finally gave us a neutral palette without being boring. Like, you still have those grungy tones in here, the swampy tones. I love greens. If you love a brown green palette, it's nice. It's really nice. The shimmer formula is not my favorite, but it still looks beautiful on the eyes. I love this palette, and I reach for it all the time. I'm just so happy that I finally have like a everyday go-to palette from Nomad. Let's see. I'm going to go to Odin's Eye for a second. These are kind of cheating here. I wanted to mention both of these, but in particular the SeaTalk palette in collaboration with Lauren May Beauty. I really do enjoy the Odin's Eye formula, but there's just something beautiful about this collection that really stood out this year. Good lord. Odin's Eye, they really bring such fun color stories, kind of like Glamoratrix in a way. I love the color stories that they curate for us. I love these in neutrals. Well, Lauren May did this one, but I love just like the neutrals, like the cool with the warm and these fun pops. Man, I'm not even lover. I don't like blues, but something about this palette, it just intrigued me. And then the Flora Story palette, these neutral, like the more, not neutrals, but softer greens, more wearable in a way. I love it. Oh, I just can't get enough of this palette, or both of these palettes. And then the other one from Odin's Eye, I wanted to mention, kind of cheating again, these two right here. What was this, like the Jords collection, or I don't even know how to pronounce it, but the Stone and Rock palette and the Jewels and Gem palette. I'm wearing this one today, and then I'm also wearing this one right here, this matte in my crease from the Flora Story palette, and then I have this shade on my inner corner, like that fiery shade, and then this shade right here all over the lid. I love this color story. I honestly didn't even think I was going to like this palette. I wasn't even going to get it because I don't like blues, and the tones in here, I just didn't think that they would look good on my skin tone. But as long as I go into it very carefully, it won't make me look crazy. I do love the beautiful shimmers in here. That's the star of the show. They're so sparkly. They're very shifty as like a duochrome. I don't know. They're not just like a basic shimmer. They have some extra specialness to them. Yeah, I love this one, but I honestly reach for this one more. This is a Stone and Rock palette. I love greens. I like neutral tones, so this is the perfect palette for me. And I like how the shimmers, they're just amped up. They're just something different and special with the shimmer shades. As far as like, I don't know, they just have a special sparkle. If you have an Odin's Eye palette, you know what I mean. I will say that both of these, all of my Odin's Eye palettes, they tend to get hard pan because I use my fingers. So keep that in mind. It's not my favorite formula. I kind of have to work, but they still look lovely as far as the shimmers go. They're just special, and they like this multi-chrome. It's like a beautiful green to blue. It's amazing. So definitely Odin's Eye, they definitely always bring that to the, like, I don't know, they're just something different. They always step it up and perform amazing. The last one, I believe, yes, this is from Bella Beauté Bar. I finally tried the brand this year, and I love them. I'm honestly wanting to purchase another palette, so the Strange and Unusual didn't come out this year, but I just wanted to shout this out really quick. Yes, I love it. In case you were curious, amazing. Oh, this shade right here, I put this in myself. My red broke, so just ignore that one. I love this one so much. Amazing. But I wanted to mention this one for number one. This is the Smokey Glam palette. It's a huge palette, but the formula, it's the star of the show. I'm telling you, I love neutral shades, so definitely like this is the one that I reach for honestly a lot. I didn't think I would reach for it often because it's such a large palette, but I gravitate towards it. I love the purples with more of the like these cool tones. I love the way they curated the palette. I love the color story. The shimmers, they're very special. They, even though they look neutral, they're still, I don't know, elevated in a way. The matte formula, it's foolproof. It's so easy. Pigmented, blends well. I love this matte formula. I want to buy the Pastel Gardens palette next. It's still up for pre-order. I'm hoping maybe in 2-3 weeks I can get it if it's still available. But the shimmer formula, oh, it's so good. And I love the color story. I feel like the grays in here, I wish some of these leaned more olive, but other than that, yeah, this is definitely one of the highlights of the year. So please let me know down below. Those are all the palettes that I pulled for this video. Your top 5, top 10, whatever have you. Just the palettes that just launched this year that really knocked your socks off. And before I wrap up this video, I wanted to shout out, because this video didn't really include singles, I just wanted to keep it as like eyeshadow based. But I have to shout out the Adept Cosmetics, her new collections that she launched, the Sea of Shadows. I'll link them down below. I do have videos on most of these palettes. There's something about Divina. They're so shifty and sparkly. It's just like you look like a mermaid when you wear these. There's just something. These are such flattering indie brand like shifty shades. Some of them can be chunky and all that, but her formula, it's so flattering. Even though it can be colorful, it doesn't look crazy on you because the formula is so high end. I'm telling you, definitely, like, if you haven't tried Divina, they're nice. And then I also wanted to shout out Electrum Cosmetics. This is just a ColourPop palette. Guys, I feel crazy. Did y'all know? I'm sure you did. That ColourPop palettes are magnetic, meaning you can get a little magnet tool, pop them out, and put your own shades in there. Yeah, I found that out this weekend, and everyone was like, yeah, girl, we already knew that. Well, I didn't, and I wanted to share it in case you didn't either. But these are all my Electrum shades, and these are the most sparkly shadows I have in my collection, but this is like her old formula. I haven't tried the new formula, so I just wanted to also note that. But I love these singles. So far this year, Electrum singles and Divina captured my heart. And also this Friday, Terra Moons, they are going to be having a site-wide sale. It's 20% off. I'll leave the code down below because I can't remember it off the top of my head. But this is a good time because they never do site-wide. So I'm going to like snag some of my favorite multi-chromes that have been just on my wish list for so long. Anyways, that's going to wrap up this video. Let me know, what are some of your favorite palettes that I've launched this year? Like, I'm just looking around, and I'm just so happy with the palettes that I have. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye, guys.